So, you bought a gun to make yourself and your family safer, right? But what if I told you that for a lot of new gun owners, that firearm is actually putting them in more danger?
Why would you tell me that?
It's because they're buying into a set of common and deadly myths. These aren't just bad habits, they're lies that create a false sense of security. As a certified firearms instructor who has trained hundreds of new shooters, I've seen these lies put good people in terrible situations. My goal is to make sure that doesn't happen to you. We're about to break down the 5 deadliest lies new gun owners believe, and I'm going to give you the truth that will actually keep you safe. If you get value out of this video, please hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated as we make a dash to 1,000 subs. Lie number 1. Just having the gun makes me safe. This is the first and most dangerous lie, that the simple act of buying a gun and sticking it in a nightstand is all you need.
Well, isn't it?
A lot of people treat a gun like a magic charm that automatically wards off evil. That's a fatal mistake. Yes, some of you are shaking your head thinking I'm making this up because it's obviously not the case.
Well, isn't it obvious?
Well, when you've been around firearms and gun owners as long as I have, you'd realize it's not as obvious as you think. Here's the truth. A firearm is a tool, and using it effectively under the life or death stress of an attack requires skill. When your adrenaline is pumping, your fine motor skills go right out the window. Your hands shake. Simple actions become incredibly difficult. Without constant practice, your gun is more of a liability than an asset. It can easily be taken and used against you. Real safety isn't a product you buy. It's a strategy you build. It starts with situational awareness and de-escalation skills. Your gun should be your absolute last resort, not your first and only plan.
But I need a plan B in case this shit don't work out the way it should.
Number 2. A basic safety course is all the training I need. You took the state-mandated class, you got the certificate, and now you're good to go, right? Wrong. Believing that a 1-hour or even a 1-day course has prepared you for a real-life gunfight is dangerously naive. Those classes are an essential first step for learning safety rules, but they are not combat training. In a real defensive encounter, you won't be standing still, shooting at a paper target in a comfortable, well-lit range. You'll be dealing with fear, darkness, and movement. Your body will experience tunnel vision, and your hands will tremble. A basic course doesn't prepare you for any of that.
That sucks.
The truth is that proficiency is perishable. You have to maintain it. Being truly prepared requires continuous, realistic training, practicing drills, learning to shoot while moving, and clearing malfunctions under stress. You have to invest in your own ongoing education.
You can't be serious.
Lie number 3. I'll know what to do when the time comes. Everyone likes to imagine they'll rise to the occasion. But here's a hard truth I've seen proven time and time again. You don't rise to the occasion. You default to your highest level of training. And if you have no training, you will default to fumbling, freezing, or panicking. Under extreme duress, your ability to think clearly and perform even simple tasks plummets. Things that seem easy on the range, like aligning your sights or reloading a magazine, become almost impossible. Trusting your instincts to magically guide you through a gunfight is a fantasy. The only way to ensure you can perform is through repetition that builds muscle memory. You have to train your body to do the work, so your mind doesn't have to.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of work.
Lie number 4. The law is simple. It's self-defense. This lie is the one that can destroy your life even if you survive the attack. Many new gun owners assume that if they use their gun to defend themselves, the legal system will pat them on the back and call them a hero. That is not how it works. Use of force laws are incredibly complex and change dramatically from state to state and even city to city. What seems like a clear case of self-defense to you might look like manslaughter or even murder to a prosecutor. The legal, financial, and emotional fallout from a defensive shooting is crushing and can follow you for years. It is your responsibility to learn your local self-defense laws inside and out. Knowing when you are legally justified to use lethal force is just as critical as knowing how to shoot straight.
I'd rather have a lobotomy by a leper.
And lie number 5, I'm mentally prepared to take a life if I absolutely had to. This might be the most overlooked lie of all. New gun owners get fixated on the physical act of shooting, but give almost zero thought to the psychological aftermath of using a gun against another human being. Taking a life, even when it's completely justified, is a profoundly traumatic event. The heroic shootout you see in the movies is nothing like the brutal, ugly reality. Survivors of defensive shootings often face severe psychological consequences like PTSD, crippling guilt, and depression. Being unprepared for this tidal wave of trauma can be just as destructive as the physical fight itself. And if you think, I'll just shoot to wound, for example, the legs, is a good idea you're good enough to execute with minimal training, you are sorely naive.
How difficult can it be?
Violent attacks are fast and ugly and often committed by multiple attackers. If you decide to use your firearm, you better be prepared to use it decisively to stop the threat as quickly as possible. That means you may take a life. A basic firearm safety course alone will not prepare you for that. Mental and emotional readiness is just as important as your physical training. You have to honestly confront the gravity of what you are preparing to do and have a support system in place. Responsible gun ownership means being ready not just for the fight, but for everything that comes after. All 5 of these lies are deadly for one reason. They create a false sense of security. They make you think you're prepared when you are dangerously unprepared. True safety doesn't come from the gun you bought. It comes from accepting the immense responsibility that goes with it. The responsibility to train regularly, to educate yourself on the law, and to prepare yourself mentally for the unthinkable. That's how you become a responsible, competent, and truly safe gun owner. So, what's the worst piece of gun advice you've received?
If you only knew.
Please share it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and watch the next video right here. Train hard, often, and safely, and I'll see you at the range.